Hi, everyone. Sharon Raji Maynard here, and I am so excited in this year 2024, August month, to be feeling the emergence of hope and possibilities and excitement that seems to be rising up in the last couple of months. And I think it's time we catch that wave and say, what does it mean to me personally? So we have a website, we meaning my team, have a website. We call it Gazelles and the Phoenix. Gazelles saying there are new things coming. They're going to pop up like Phoenix rising from the ashes. And where do you want to play? Do you have a Phoenix? Do you want to be supportive of a Phoenix? And you don't have that opportunity if you don't even know what the Gazelles and the Phoenixes are. So I'm here with my friend Ruth. Ruth, I've known for many years, and I knew that she had this thing. I didn't know if it was still on the back burner or where she was with this amazing, amazing project. So first of all, I'm just going to say, Ruth, tell my friends just a little bit about you and your passion right now.
Hello, greetings. It's so good for me to be here with people who love Sharon because I've loved her for many years and so appreciated her work in the world. And so it started about 9 years ago when I'm a filmmaker and a journalist and a writer, but something bizarre and I would say otherworldly happened to me on a daily walk. I had a cosmic download and I started hearing music and lyrics. And I went home the first day, I wrote the lyrics. The first song was, "What if when you awoke, you were wearing a stranger's shoes? What if when you awoke, you shared your enemy's extremist views? What if when you awoke, you think in color, not black and white? What if when you awoke, you could imagine not being right?" And the chorus was, what if we all could see the beauty of one expanding humanity? And that is really at the essence of this musical. So 30 songs later, it was really remarkable. And if you had told me 10 years ago that I was going to be doing this, I would have said nonsense. Family and friends called me and said, "Where did this come from?" And all I can say is that it was gifted to me because I've been involved in the interfaith community as both activist and leader for more than 30 years. And I have come to know and appreciate all the different communities, to bring them together, to work with them, and to know that this is one of the most important jobs that we can do on the earth today in the interfaith movement. So I was gifted this, and then I thought, well, it's time to write a story. Usually it works the other way around. People write a story and then they write music, but I got the music first. So I went to musical boot camp. And so now, after 9 years later, okay, the libretto is finished. There are 30 songs in the production. They've all been professionally recorded. They're piano vocals. And I have had read-throughs where we actually read through the dialogue. But this is the most critical and exciting stage right now for me, is that this is where we workshop it on a stage so that we can hear it, hear the flow, see the development, and see, do we have too many characters, not enough characters? Do we need another song? Does this part work here? And this is the critical place where the wrinkles get ironed out dramatically, and decisions are made about what is it really going to look like finally when it is performed for a full audience in the theater somewhere. So I just shared all this with Sharon today because I was hoping that from among the beautiful audience that she has around the world, that there might be someone who knows of a particular high school, university musical theater department. It has to be musical theater, not just drama, because there's a lot involved in music theater, which includes choreography and orchestration, etc., to work with the different departments of the university through the musical theater department and to workshop this baby. The baby's ready to be workshopped. And
Wow.
so I'm asking for help if anybody knows of any school, but specifically not just that a school exists, but if you have a contact, a hot, warm contact with a person that works there, or you know someone that is involved in this world that might want to take, because this is someone described this as a musical for our times. And why is it? Because let me put it in shorthand, in Broadway shorthand. This is Fiddler on the Roof meets West Side Story. So it's about two young lovers, a young Jewish woman and her boyfriend, who is from the indigenous community, who fall in love and want to be together. But both parents, their father of the young man and the mother of the young woman, are dead set against it because they're trying to preserve their tradition, which they value and want to pass on. The mother says the pull of history is greater than any one individual's happiness, but young people don't feel that way. So this is an examination not just of the intergenerational conflict, but also presenting a new way of looking at our diversity, celebrating our diversity, and having ourselves reflected fully on the stage in a way that we have not seen in other productions. So this would be the first interfaith musical.
Wow. So here's an opportunity, because you lived, breathed, changed, learned, challenged, cried, I'm sure, for the last 9 years. And I know you've presented it here and there in different ways, not as it is now, because it keeps being refined through that time. And so here's the opportunity for a group who understands what you're speaking of to go like, I'd like to participate in this particular moment, because you already have people around the world who know of it, seen pieces of it, and they're saying, when can we see it, right? There's an audience out there waiting for this. And truly, you know, the little that I know about it and have watched, this is the time. It's not breaking us free of our fear. It's like taking advantage of, like, we're going to laugh at our fear. We're going to bring joy to the world. We're going to bring freedom to our lives. And so how does that look?
Right.
And here is one way that it can be shown, so we don't have to take years to invent the wheel, and the opportunity for a group to take that on with you. Seems to be really exciting.
That's very, very well put. And you know, there's one of the songs, one of the most popular songs is called I'm a Buju. I'm a Buju. I'm Buddhist and I'm Jewish. I'm a Buju. Why choose only one when you can choose two? Forget the pros and cons when they're all true. And people love that song because there's also something happening in the spiritual, religious community. And this is a song about hybrids, about people from a monotheistic religion who suddenly find value and inspiration in the philosophy that does not include God. You know, and then how does that work? How are we piecing this all together? And so, as you mentioned, there are people around the world who have heard the music, remember the lyrics, and write to me and say, when. So I'm asking for your any kind of help you can offer, any contacts, any encouragement. Please visit the website, which you can hear songs there, InterfaithTheMusical.com. That was the original title.
Yes.
Interfaith the Musical, but the theme song came from a Rumi poem, which has been a beacon of poetry for the interfaith community. You probably know the poem yourself. Out beyond all ideas of right doing and wrong doing, there is the field, I'll meet you there. And so it's called Meet Me There, the Interfaith Musical. And I feel like it's, you know, it's so ripe now, ready to be plucked. And I just need to find the collaborators. And because so many people have, I call this, it takes a village to produce a musical. So many people have helped me, donating money, buying the CDs, connecting me to people, offering me their home. Everybody who hears it they have a sense that it's already finished, You know, like I had one of my friends, when it was first introduced, ran down the aisle waving a check. And she said, she's a Unity minister. And she said, I've never done this before in my whole life. She said, but I am donating $1,000 because I believe in this musical. It has to reach our stages. And so people, without my coaxing them, feel it's like from the Encounters of the Third Kind, you know, they're building their mashed potato mountains because they know they have to get to the mountain. So it's kind of like that. And it's exciting, but it's also, people say to me, you have a lot of persistence, Ruth, 9 years working on a project, just because you know that it's needed, it was a gift, and you need to share it. And that's what's kept me going. And there were, like you said, some crying moments and some difficult moments along the way, but I never veered, because when something comes as a cosmic download and you are aware of the momentous aspect of what does that mean to become a sacred channel for something that has originated in the highest dimensions, right? In the highest consciousness of the universe. It's a privilege. And so you do whatever you have to do. And you're lucky if you have a friend like Sharon. That's what I want to say.
And the truth of it is, you know, for me, my download was all about the galactic world, and the galactic world was so cut off from us, lost in our history. But that galactic landscape says we're all it. Here's how it looks. And so what you are showing is exactly my piece of holding. This is we are all it. What is that? And you're saying this is what it looks like, and I'm presenting it in this way. The other thing I'll close with is a quote from a poem that touched me last week. It called to me, and one of the lines says, "The one you are longing for is longing for you." And that's what we're holding. You know what you have, but you're not alone. Somebody here is longing for exactly what you have, and they didn't know it until now. And that's the coming together that is possible because of this new infusion just in the last couple of months of freedom, hope, excitement. I'll find you. That's what we know will happen. Okay, so one more time, your website.
InterfaithTheMusical.com.
Yeah.
InterfaithTheMusical.com.
And
you can read all about the people who were involved in the production and the steps, the evolution, and so forth. It's a fun place to visit.
And let's get somebody saying, I've got just the perfect group.
Right.
We want to workshop this.
And one last thing is that one of the main reasons that something is workshopped is not just to iron out the wrinkles and to hear it and see how it flows, but then you get to invite potential producers, right, from the big stage, who will never take something in a script form and just produce it. They want to see it. They want to see how the audience responds. So this is, as I said, a very crucial, very exciting moment. And I feel it's close by, and that there's going to be a group of angels, not just one, a group of angels who are going to come forward and say, I know just the right person. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to put you in touch. And I want to thank everybody ahead of time for anything you do on behalf of getting the musical of our times to the civilization of our times.
The opportunity of our times. And by watching and knowing, you may not be the one to even know where it can be workshopped, but you want to be in the audience when it is workshopped. Both people, we're looking for both people.
Or you might want to be in the cast in your local community, because a lot of people who contacted me say, I'm a singer and I can't wait to have a part in this show.
So many opportunities. So thank you, Ruth, for what
Thank you. I send you so much love and gratitude.
Here we
go. For you on earth.
Thank you. Okay, friends, let's get going.